Yo, what it do?
I just caught the tail end. It said,
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's how it's going down, man. Yeah, I had the graphics bugged out. I don't know why the overlay played there, but
yeah, no, so listen, we ain't had no technical difficulties in a while.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That record is pretty good there, buddy.
And we ain't about to start today. So I'll tell you that right now.
No doubt.
My speakers acting okay. I'm not even tripping on that. I can hear you. You can hear me. That's good enough. So, everybody, welcome.
Four.
Yeah. Today, 4-4.
It was just January 4.
Yeah, it's 4-4. Man.
4-4, say no more.
That's right. Heyward CPA Live, man. This is a podcast sponsored by Heyward CPA, PLLC in Durham, North Carolina. A virtual CPA firm that can help you with all your needs. That's right. You like the reading. The reading. Look, yo, that's what I'm saying. So we got the reading done, checking in. So yeah, what's up, man? I thought you mentioned you had some I mean, you just want to hop into your situation.
No. We gotta get further. I still got to finish like quarter cup of my coffee a little bit,
Okay.
But we good. It's Saturday, it's nice outside. Hopefully
yeah.
It's Easter weekend for most people, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
And I said for most people, it's Easter weekend, period. Right? Yeah, I was right.
No,
for most people.
For most people, it's Easter weekend.
There you go.
Keep it
some
simple.
Nice weather out. The pollen is down, I think, for the most part. Still some lingering around.
I don't know. The pollen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's still coming back though. They were saying don't think we out of the woods yet with the pollen, but
well, the pollen is.
But now it's not too heavy. It's not too heavy for those of us that have those things. But so it's man, it's been an interesting ride since our last show.
Yeah, it's been. You know what, though? I can't even remember the ride. I mean, I guess that's good though.
Yeah, because you don't let it sit on you though, right?
Nah, I mean, I don't know what the heck. It is what it is.
It's just what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
What can you do? I mean, in this weekend,
in
this weekend of resurrection, it's a good time to think about what's going on and think about what's not going on, and thinking about who needs to get missing, and think about just. I mean, I'm really chill though. I mean, it's just like, man, too many people out here. Man, it's real live suffering out here, like real live suffering. I think, and this is totally off script, but I gotta say it. I think that we're getting dehumanized as a society, and not that humanity has ever been at an all-time high, henceforth the story of Jesus. But I think we are so desensitized to certain things now. Like, I mean, things that, you just think about in our lifetime, the things that would not be on the radio versus what's on the radio now. What would not be on TV? What would not be in movies? You could still see it and hear it, but it wouldn't be in the mass media. It would be you had to go find, and now it's just whatever.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Social media, it's rambunctious, and it's causing people to not really be able to think for themselves and decipher for themselves they go with with programming, and I guess we all get programming to a certain extent, but how deep do you want to get programmed is really the question, right? Do you sit with yourself, and do you sit with and look at what's actually real, what's practical, and what's not?
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever.
I mean,
for those of us that just for those of us that are still trying to find our way and looking for just keeping our eyes on that North Star, just keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you got some bandages. You got some peroxide with you and some bandages, because you're gonna get cut on the way. You just can't bleed. You can't bleed out and leave blood in the water for the sharks to come find you. You know what I mean? And just keep going.
Yeah, you just keep doing what you're doing. So that's what's going on. But as far as the 2 weeks, it's tax season. So, and we're gonna delve into that a lot more. But I know it's just been busy. But I will say this, all right, to lighten the mood before we end up, somewhere else.
This mood is light.
Yeah, but it can go somewhere else. Like the good thing is, I will tell everybody this. I will share this with all the viewers and listeners. We talk about systems a lot on this show. This is like the 106th episode or something like that, which is something unto itself. I will report back that our internal systems are consistently getting better. And I'm really happy about it. Like, I'm over the moon about it. And what it is making me do is actually to keep working and refine all of them. That's that. And we talk about it off and on, entrepreneurship, small business owner. I have my own definitions. But when you get down to it, those are the things that drive me even more than revenue, because revenue is the result of the efforts. These are the things that drive me. When you lay out a system and it starts working and you keep making adjustments to make it work, to make it better, you don't get satisfied. That's a flow state, man, that you start saying, wow. I mean, even preparing for this show. Well, first of all, even if you noticed, I mean, the show was titled before we even went on the air. That's a big win. That's a huge win. Doesn't happen all the time. So we're making changes behind the scenes. We're doing things that are to the benefit, but also it's a teaching thing. We're shifting. We're trying to teach. We've given a lot of opinion over the last 4 years. Opinions. But we're going to do more teaching. We're going to definitely do more teaching, because it's those that want to learn, we want to listen to. We want you to listen to us and come up with your own opinions. Mm-hmm. So that's the big thing. But that's the win for me. The win. I mean, I can't even tell you. We are. We just in operationally, like, we doing. I'm really happy with the tax season. Like, so this is not going to be me as a practitioner, because usually, not usually here, but typically this is about the crash out period for most practitioners. This is when it's going down.
Right here, yep.
Oh my goodness. 11 days is, we're all work. I'm going to work later today. We're all working today, fielding calls, trying to get that one piece of paper from their client, trying to get the signature, trying to get all this stuff today. And this is about the time, because this is what technically, next to the last weekend. So now you're trying to cram in all these hours to get things done. So it's a crash out. So to my fellow practitioners out there is a better way. Number one, get through this, but we're not exempt. We're business owners. Build a system. Build a system for tax preparation because it's not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. They can chat GPT to the end of time. Most taxpayers, there's another element that goes into it that they flip out off of. So that's my thing for the people. Just say, hey. So that's the positive thing. That you know.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's the positive. You know, that's new for me.
Nah, it ain't new for you. You good, man. You know.
I'm just saying. Sometimes it's avoiding the pettiness. So that's all.
Listen, man. It's listen. Pressure, bro. It just got to come out. It just come out in different ways, and you know, just got to use it constructively, I guess, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and it's you know, but I will say, I mean, like I am honestly, and it's all because of the system. So I'm saying we had some hiccups. We've gone through that, but we learned from the hiccups, and the system is what keeps things in place.
Like exactly. Well, yeah, because the hiccups they're never gonna go anywhere.
No, they're not.
You're always gonna have hiccups. The question is, do you just continuously stay having hiccups, or do you get something to get rid of the hiccups until they come back?
Exactly. And so, you know, we share, you know, we doing things. But as I said, it's a big holiday weekend. I know a lot of people gonna watch this after the fact. But yeah, tax practitioners and taxpayers, it's not the end of the world. They have something that's pretty standard that could alleviate a lot of the pain. It's called an extension. And we talked about it last episode. It's an extension, bro. Like as I mentioned last episode, you don't get a lollipop for filing on time if you still owe money. If you do a refund, I understand you want to get it in, but there's no penalty if you owe. Just think about it rationally, people. So, and I think I've used this before. We have an agreement that you owe me, you know, this type of agreement. At the end of the year, you might owe me, I might owe you. So if I'm the IRS and you owe me, of course, I want my money on the date that is agreed upon. I want my bread. And if you don't pay me, there's going to be a penalty. And I'm going to put a little interest on it too. But if I owe you, take your time. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm in no rush. So I just try to put it in perspective, man. That's all. People just get a little out of control. Okay. Yeah, they just out here doing their thing and all that. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to take me a nice drink before I get into this main event situation.
What you drinking on? Something brown, something white, clear.
Something clear.
What you sipping? Clear.
Sipping clear. Zero proof. Zero proof clear. Zero proof.
Zero proof. That's hard body right there, brother.
Yeah, we're going in. So people in and out the chat, people in and out the room. I know. It's Saturday morning, a holiday. Who wants to talk about taxes?
yeah. True. They probably not feeling our vibe. It's all good. We just staying consistent because this is our date to show up. You know?
Yeah, plus we professionals. Hey, listen. I don't care if it's a flea in the room. Drake is always in the room.
True.
Or Lola somewhere around there.
Nah, Lola is not with me right now. She upstairs chilling.
Oh, okay. So she's tuned in. So it's cool.
Her and King is not around me right now. So.
Oh, wow. So you got okay. you chilling.
Actually, it was funny because I was just like moving and I was like, make sure I don't step on King underneath my desk all the time.
He wasn't even there.
His
You like,
book
oh,
ain't even here. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
got me programmed.
Yep, he got a system. So I got
Mm-hmm.
the homie up here. We moved the new bed up in the new studio for the homie. So
Nice. Oh,
he's
he got it
here.
right there.
Yeah, he's right here next to me. So
Nice.
so that's what I said. We always have an audience. So that's not the big deal. So,
True.
but with that being said, I think let's go through. Let's see if I can do this the way that I want to do it. Like I got new toys and everything. It's good. So look, check this out. So today's episode is about how to work with your tax professional. That's what we got going on. This is the section we about to make it happen. It's going down. So that's right. You know, we're here today to talk about that. It's not going to joke. It's going to be a conversation, people. Just relax. You know, just sit back, get your 0 or 100 proof, whatever you want. I don't know what you want. But we're going to talk about this because people, it comes up all the time. You know, like what I mean, it comes up a lot in why should I hire you? No, I'm not even going to say it like that. What's the difference in getting a tax preparer against just doing it myself? XYZ. So this morning, we're going to cover 3 points. The main topic, 3 points. And I'm going to start with the first point. What makes someone a tax professional? All right, let's go there. What makes them a professional? Well, there's a difference. See, this is where people get mistaken. There are people that have credentials, and there are people that are tax professionals. All right. Now, a CPA, we'll start there, is licensed by a particular state or various states and has gone through this vigorous coursework to get 150 credit hours in specific subjects, passes this 4-part exam, and is required to take continuing education, 40 hours of continuing education every year. Every year. not kind of when you get around to it. Every year. The trick with this is that all CPAs do not do tax work. So if your cousin just became a CPA and they work at a big firm, there's a good chance that they don't even know how to do a tax return. And they say, how could that be? Well, they might work in audit. They might work in consulting. They might work in IT consulting. And if they work at a big firm, they outsource the work. Mm-hmm. So the associates stateside, a lot of them are just filling out templates and sending it to India or the Philippines or Bangladesh to actually do the tax returns. Yeah. I just said that. I was like, I don't know if I should be saying that for them, but it's true. I've known this from people that work at firms. Like they not necessarily do taxes. They don't necessarily do it. They might be in the tax department, don't necessarily do taxes. So all CPAs don't do tax returns, but the credentials are there. If they do tax returns, they're credentialed. They have to study 40 hours a year on various subjects, but they're seeing it. The second licensed professional is an enrolled agent. Enrolled agent is the only credential that is authorized by the United States Treasury. That's right. Not bounded by states. Only ones that the states get that's federally licensed. They too have to take a vigorous 3-part tax return. 3-part exam. And they are required to do 24 hours of continuing education, specifically in tax, every year. and it's 72 hours over a 3-year period. Enrolled agents aren't known as much because people don't know. You know, CPA is the tax man. They don't. Enrolled agent, people don't know about it. It just hasn't been promoted. It's a great credential. I had that one as well, and due to a paperwork issue, I don't have it anymore. But because I had a CPA license, I mean, it was overlapping, so I didn't necessarily need it. But I actually got that before I got my CPA license. So very good credential. If you run into someone who's an EA, there's a good chance they focus on tax. A lot of them focus on tax resolution, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, but they focus, you know, they do taxes. I mean, they're tax. I forgot what their slogan is. Like they do something, we do tax. Not we do taxes, but they do something like that.
Yeah.
The third licensed person in the tax world are attorneys. Well, we all know what attorneys had to do. They had to go to school and they got past the bar. But all attorneys do not practice tax. Most attorneys don't practice tax. Tax attorneys are rare. They're very rare. So they and if you get what they call a LLM in tax, I think it's a LL Masters, is a legals masters. It's like another level. They're on another level. Now, a lot of tax, some tax people do returns for you. They do returns. But their credential strength is in representing before a tax court or representation as well. Those are the three licensed professionals. But then there's another. Unlicensed professionals. That's right. Unlicensed professional. Something that I was at one point in time too. They don't have any of the three that we just mentioned. They work on tax returns. They have tax clients. They have held a shingle out. They have prepared tax returns on a professional level, meaning they've been paid to prepare tax returns. And they know their stuff. They know their stuff. So while at one point the IRS had this RRTP thing to try to, put that in, but somebody sued them and said, no, well, we don't want any regulation on it. Okay, fair enough. They won. No problem. So some people still do that. But like if you remember, Keisha, who was on, I think she does the RRTP. But she just doesn't have any of those other three credentials, but great preparer. Has nothing to do with that. So some signs that someone is a preparer is one, they're not using TurboTax for like 10 people. That's a good sign right there. So someone using TurboTax and, XYZ. That's where the not signing it comes from, but we'll get that in the next point. Get your take in a second, but but professionals, these are professionals. These people are here, and they're professional. You can tell someone's a professional in what they do because they kind of give off the sense they know what they're talking about. And remember, once again, there is no tax preparer or professional on the planet that knows everything in the tax code. Not one. We just all know where to find it. Find the answer. So if someone tells you they know everything about taxes, I mean, they're lying. So I'll just say what it is. They're lying. Everybody's sitting there. It's things that I do every year. I have to go review when we get back to it. Like I have to say, well, let me check it. Let me double check that. But I yield.
Not a year. I yield back, huh?
I yield back.
No, that was a good run. That was a good run. I mean, you was giving the information to the people on what to look at because, again, what is in question is why should I use your services versus me just doing it on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, beginning of the day, end of the day, everyone has their choice to do
That's
what it
true.
is, right? And so it all boils down to your level of understanding of your understanding your situation, and because some people value things, not some people value things differently. You have some that value the proper results, and then you got some that value, they still want results, but it's more like, let me get this pain reliever medicine so I can get this pain off of me just for a minute, you know.
Yes. Yes.
And so they rather take another route just to, you know, treat the pain instead of actually getting to the root and getting rid of that completely. Root
Exactly.
canal, if you will, right? So we got systems in place where we have, and I think our systems, and not even I think, I'm correcting my words because we in a whole pivot and shift over here.
Oh yeah.
I know that we bring A to Z functionality to our clients and to the world of tax accounting and advisory, right? Which aligns, here's a blow punchline, which aligns with biz therapy and BYOB, by the way. But
Yeah.
um, you know, you can easily look us up, website, YouTube, social media, set up a consultation, have a call, we'll walk you through,
Yeah.
answer your high level questions, and give you some pricing, give a proposal, and if you pull the trigger, great. You'll have a long lasting relationship of understanding, because we've done this many times too. Let's talk about strategy, tax planning, and it's not something that's overnight. And I think a lot of people, just like they may get an increase in revenue all of a sudden, and so now they want the immediate tax savings.
Of course.
Hey, right? And so, and somebody told me this, and Google told me this, and a friend of mine has they tax person do this and do that, and well, that's not the appropriate way to approach a situation.
True. And that's and some of what we discuss a little bit later. My second and third points will touch upon some of that, because people are detached from taxes. They don't want to pay them. They don't understand them, but they don't want to learn about them. And when I say learn them, I'm not saying learn how to do them or learn at a level that a professional does, but learn how they affect your life and be aware of it year round. But that's just something that needs to happen. Now, let's take the section number 2. My second point, and this is the most important point. I had to put this up on the screen. I want everyone to see this. I'm just going to put it up there. Yeah. Yeah. I want you to sit with that for 1 second. Go there a few more minutes. Yeah. Well, a few more seconds. So, in case you're listening, your preparer signs it, but you own it. The taxpayer is always legally responsible for the return. Now, I put this up here because one of the things in one of these slides that for a bigger presentation we'll do is to ask the tax preparer if they sign the return. And people mistake that, well, are you going to sign the return? Which, okay, listen, I'll tell you, if you call a CPA firm, they sign the return. Okay. If you enroll agent signing the return. Most most non-enrolled preparers are signing the return. But guess what? Signing that return does not absolve you of the responsibility for the return. That's it. I'm gonna leave this up here for a second. It does not. I don't care if Mickey Mouse signs.
Well, I mean, there's a reason.
Well, I'm gonna get to it. That's the thing. It's people ask that, but this is as the counter. So let's say you go to one of these so-called preparers, which my father just saw one of these returns yesterday. One of those, I like to call them the is this good enough for you preparers. So they prepare the return and they show you the refund. Be like, is this good enough? They don't talk to you about nothing. They don't ask for no doc. They take what you give them and then they just cook up something. Is this good enough for you? All right. So we have some of those, and you just see what the refund is. And guess what? They signed the return. Okay. The revenue agent, they gonna go see them, but they're coming to you first. Ain't got nothing to do with whether they sign it. It has nothing to do with that at all. See, so people, that's an example we talk about. People think, well, if the taxpayer signs it, it absolves them of something. No, you're wrong. That's not true. There is a responsibility for those of us that practice, that are licensed thing. There's a certain responsibility, but we have ethics. We have to sign off on ethic things every year. So this is part of having a license. We have to do that. Non-licensed people, they just are ethical people. You don't have to necessarily sign off to be ethical. But this mistake is one of the biggest things people think, oh, well, do you sign the return? I had people saying, like, did you sign? Oh, you didn't. I don't see your signature on the return. Bro, listen. Hey, I can put my signature in small letters each all the time. You still owe 40K. Don't matter. And if you up here trying to, deduct your dog, which we wouldn't do anyway, or whatever, guess what? There's a term in our business called PBC, provided by client. And if they come back and say to me, I'm like, that's what they provided. We told them, we asked them about it, we inquired, boom, blah, blah, blah. It's back to you. I've had clients say, oh, yeah, if something come back, it's on you. Oh, no, it's not. The audit is yours, my friend. And the defense of the audit is an additional fee. It's not included in tax preparation. No. It's not. So I really want people to understand. And I have some more comprehensive things. I'm not just tearing into people, but I want people to understand that your tax return is your business. So just putting your head in the sand and turning some stuff in and it come back out and you don't even look at it or something like that, it's just not wise. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because, there's some preparers that escape. There was a cat here in Raleigh, but everybody knew what he was doing. They went, hit him up. He just keep reopening. Don't matter. People up here paying all this money back. He pay a fine. Because he was on license, he could do that. But those people had to pay the money back. He didn't pay it back. It's you. So, it's just little things that we trying to just teach about our profession so you understand that, look, yeah, it's cool. But that signature by the preparer does nothing for your responsibility. I just wanted to make that clear, That was the offset of Petty P. That was just informative to let people know. But it's real personal, though. It gets personal. It is personal because, it's there. But there's a responsibility. And so I'm not going to say there isn't a responsibility when you hire somebody. And we say here, our responsibility is to assist you in the preparation of your federal and state income tax return. So we have a process that tries to make it as clean for you to give us information keep the information clean, because we're trying to stay away from garbage in, get garbage out. And, we just got a process to do that. Because, look, if you give somebody garbage, they can't turn it into something else. Okay. That's what it is. You got all types of stuff going on. You can't find anything. Hey, yo, listen. But we don't make up numbers. We don't make up numbers. We do the information based on what the clients provide. So your responsibility as the taxpayer is to provide complete, accurate, and truthful information. Step one, that's your job. Disclose all your income, because they already know, chances are, unless you cash based, they already know your income. That's what people don't realize. Most times with 1099s or 4 and W-2s, the government already knows your income if you get paid in that manner. All right. So let the preparer know about any life changes and review your return. Review it. If you've been paying taxes for a certain number of years, have you ever really just looked at it? Just looked at the form. Look to see what's going on. Have you? I'm saying, not necessarily. It doesn't have to be it's your return. I give you the return. You go put it in the box for a year or until you get ready to buy a house or refinance your house, buy a car, fast for your children to go to college, something like that. But it's your return. It's yours, not mine. But see, as a preparer, we got to take this information that you've gathered and told us the truth about, wink, wink, and then and put it together in, complete the forms. We're not just putting it on the forms. There's stories behind those forms. There's laws behind every line on that form. So we have to interpret the law properly in order to put your information in the right place. And we do put a point that we screen. We saying, because we're interpreting law. So certain things we're like, no, we've written memos to clients before. Look, and the way we approach it is, hey, we're not sure about this. If it's not egregious, let's say it's something, because a lot of stuff becomes gray.
Mm-hmm.
We clarify and say, hey, this is if you choose to take this deduction, this is potentially what might happen to you. We keep it in our file. You go to say whatever, because once again, if that audit comes back, people, I hope you're paying attention. Who are they calling first? And then you're going to call us, and we're going to say, you remember that memo we sent you? Well, this is what this was a risk of it happening. So,
well, why wouldn't you tell me that? Why wouldn't you make me? Why wouldn't you make me? Why wouldn't you do this? And then let me just slide in.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead. I walked into that one. Yeah. Continue.
It's always, and this is just information. And again, I'm gonna say this: whether you care or not, doesn't matter. It happens every single day. We get clients or prospective clients, people that want to work with us for consultations, and a lot of what we hear, what we know is my previous tax preparer, CPA, accountant, whatever, didn't tell me X, Y, and Z, or didn't do X, Y, and Z. Okay, granted, cool. We understand the industry. We get the industry. There's a lot of pressure on the industry, especially for solo practitioners. There's a lot of pressure. And then doing a lot of documentation. I mean, again, credentials are on the line. They don't study just to give halfway, half-baked returns filed, right? And so, but when we look at these, when we take the complaints and the concerns, and we do the work, put in the work, you can see the big discrepancy, and a lot of it is again, people just half-ass, with their information and questioning and understanding at best, right? And so this might be one of those episodes that people don't really care for. Cool. But it's real. It's real. And if you understand that, hey, you get a memo that says, hey, this is a gray area. I don't know if you should do this, do that. That's advisory. That's strategy. It's the unsexy, it's the intangible information that you can always go back to down the road and say, you know what, maybe this is a good time for me to implement this aspect of what was talked about a couple of years ago or last tax season with my CPA firm, right? And so just being able to have information is vast and it's wide, but how you use information is where you become knowledgeable and activating intelligence and wisdom behind that information, right? So I yield back and let you continue, my friend.
Yeah. Well, no, and that was perfect. I mean, you did a stellar job, addressing that, because it could have went another way, but that's that's all right. But I will say, no, but I'm just gonna say, like, in that term of why didn't you that, why didn't this, and why didn't you that? Once again, it's also back to the, what you put in, you get out of it. What I've seen, and this I've been practicing a while now. I mean, sometimes I remember, and I have the benefit of speaking to other practitioners. I mean, we speak to each other, we talk to each other, we talk about. I mean, we don't run around talk about, so and so made this. It's not about that. We talk about, hey, well, I had this client that did this, that, and we saw this, or hey, how would you handle this, or blah blah blah. And so a random phone call could turn you can start doing some research for something for a client you don't even have. What does that do? That increases your knowledge base. So, but we have the advantage of seeing these different things and people, but if you don't tell someone, but we see these things, but we don't know your life. A lot of us, we see you once a year, between February and April. That's when we talk to you. We could debate, but that's the relationship we have, regardless. It's the relationship we have. So we don't know things. I mean, how do we know that? You should do that. But at the end of the day, I mean, the information is out there. It's a lot of information out there. And you know what? The information is in your hands or on your computer when you receive your return. And look at it. And I mean, I'm just saying, suggestion. Yo, go look at it. Take your, middle of the year. Look at your stuff. Just look at it. Just you. Whether you're dealing with a practitioner or not. Just look at it. Think about where you are. Like, people, I honestly believe people just, and I don't even have to believe.
You're saying you want me to think. I'm just role playing right now.
Of course.
You want me to think of in the middle of the year. So let's see what the middle of the year is around 5, 6, 7, right? May, June, July.
Yeah.
The most potent points of the year was time to just barbecues, vacation, beaches. You want me to sit back and it's hot outside.
Yeah.
To think about pulling out my return and reading how many ever pages, skimming over those pages to understand and be able to ask myself questions I have no idea about. And you want me to actually take that into consideration? Why would I do that? Especially if I did an extension and I still got to get to October 15th to get it filed, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got an answer. Because, well, number one, to the extension, we talking about the current year. That was for the last year. Was you still at? We haven't done it, but you need to go look at your stuff for the current year, because if you extend it, there's a good chance that you owe money. So therefore, you want to see, and you probably gonna owe money this year. So you don't have the return to look at, but you could put your stuff together and say, okay, people presumably know what you make. You know this, you know that. You know you getting ready to buy this car. You know you're doing this stuff. You know you're doing this stuff. And to the point about the year, oh yeah, well, this is when the spend goes crazy. But let me counterpoint it. Well, that's 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, the kids go back to school. That's going to be the thing there. 11, 12 is the holiday.
11, 12, yeah.
It's the holiday. So
1, 2, and 3, you sucking wind.
Yeah, so now it's tax time. So now we right back there. You see what I'm saying? So we could go, So I mean, it's always going to be a reason. I want to look at it. I don't want to deal with it. It's always going to be a reason. Then you get the bill a year. Oh my gosh. It's procrastination. And I get it.
It happens. I mean, it happens. Like this is no judgment here. It happens. We just want folks to really just take some time, man, and just hone in a little bit.
Just consider. It's really about consideration, and it really is. I mean, I just believe this for taxpayers. Listen, you cannot put your head in the sand. Like the economics are not what they used to be. You can't do this. So they have this deduction now for cars, car interest. Now, has to be a car, a 2025 or newer. We'll see how that goes because people ain't really trying to buy no cars right now, but especially when the gas is $8 a gallon. What the hell? I don't need no car like that. So, but that's an example. Not my favorite thing to strategically there, but this is a lot. Business owners, we undercurrent of what we're talking about is business owners, and there's a bigger story behind being in tune. We just haven't touched that today, but there's a bigger story. You want to be in tune, but that kind of leads me to the third and final point of this. For some people, this is like scratching on a chalkboard. But we want to talk about let's see if we have it here. Okay, I'm gonna use this slide. I'm gonna show this slide because I think this one is pretty good. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Came prepared, son.
I see you. I see you.
So we have 3 levels of service and tax that we offer. And this is what we offer. We're gonna talk about us a little something. You have preparation, which we all know about. Annual. Tax, we just tax season. It's where everybody tells us how, they say, oh, you're busy. This is your busy season. Well, thank God we're busy year round. But yes, this is it. This is what everybody knows. This is it's like the commercialized. It's almost like a holiday, like Black Friday or something. Now, tax season, and people go spend their money. They get their refunds to go spend their money. So it's like that. All right. That's preparation service, annual. The goal is to file accurately. Everyone needs it. If you and your responsibility is to provide accurate documentation and sign the return and own it. Okay, that's what happens. Then there's tax planning. Oh, the unicorn that is tax planning. People, I need some tax planning. And part of the reason that I have this here because I'm not sure that people understand what tax planning is. So,
well, no, you know what it's like? It's like you buy the store brand Band-Aids that say waterproof. You put it on, or it doesn't stick to your skin because you got grease on your skin. If water hits it, it slides off. You know what I mean? Like, versus the real deal. It
Yeah.
don't matter what you dealing with, it ain't coming off until you take it off, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
crazy analogy, but that's
yeah,
what
that's very out there. That's out there.
But see, them band-aids piss you off though, because then you go, you know what? Now you're real skeptical of some real band, especially you got kids, and you just get the flaky band-aids versus the real good ones, you know?
I mean, you know, hey, as a sidebar, that really is a difference too. Like for real, Like it's difference. Everybody has gone through that. You be like, yo, like what the heck? You like, yo, some of them you can wash your hands, it's still all good.
Yeah, true, exactly. Like you like this thing still holding on for dear life.
Yeah, so some of them it's like, yeah. So that is that. I'm with you on that one. So they you know that's an interesting analogy, but I wasn't going there with planning, but that's okay. Like planning,
that's how some people see planning. They want they want to get the store brand Band-Aid versus the actual real Band-Aid.
Yeah, they want the dollar store Band-Aid to cover the bleed because they owe some money.
Yeah, the dollar store Band-Aid should act like the real.
The real thing.
The good brand Band-Aid.
Yeah, you get the store, you get the one when you under pressure. There's no other stores around. You go get that. So you go get the store, the cheap one, and then you want, because this usually comes in the form of, is there any way all right, you owe $25,000. How can I reduce my taxes next year? And it's just a response to you owe taxes this year.
Yeah, correct.
You're not really trying to do anything.
Correct.
Then you presented with the option, hey, we got tax planning plans. We got plans for you to go in tax planning. And it's a year-round exercise. So the goal is to reduce liability, but I want to add to that. The goal is to reduce liability, of course, but it's also to manage your tax cash flow. And I think that's probably one of the most important things that people fail to understand. Your tax cash flow. What happens is, if you owe, let's just say you owe $12,000 at the end of the year. You're doing all right, $12,000, and you might have it, but it just feels bad. I rate this $12,000 right here. But if you paid $4,000, well, $3,000 a quarter or $1,000 a month, would it feel as bad? You probably wouldn't feel as bad. But by doing planning how you're going to handle your taxes, sometimes you plan how you're going to pay your liability. Planning is not just this hocus pocus. Okay, we're going to come with these strategies. I'm going to make your taxes disappear. Although there are plenty of people out here, I'm not even naming the platforms that will allude to that fact. But listen, you got to work year round to reduce your liability, which goes back to what I said. In between you grilling with your sandals and socks on the off week, or if it's raining, you could go look at your tax return and think about something, But if you a true baller and you grill in the rain, more power to you. Just don't wear the socks with the sandals if it's raining. That's that's gonna be a bad look for you.
Sandals is horrible.
I'm just saying that some people, that's what they own. So who needs it?
Yeah, I get it though.
Business owners are high earners, but I'm gonna say even more. I mean, it's just people, if you tend to owe money, or if you've had an increase in your financial situation, big time raise, or you get bonuses at your job, or I'm just business owners, we know that, high earners. There are people that need to do that, because that's one of the things we're trying to do in planning, is we want to even out these taxes, or even out. One of the biggest emotions we notice from people that have the money to pay the tax is the anxiety. They don't know what they're gonna owe. And they're like, oh, I want to make this other move, but I don't know. Hey, if we work on it all year, then you have an idea. Obviously, we don't know till you finish, but you have an idea. And your responsibility, if you get involved with tax planning, is to follow the strategy that I'll say we designed together. The slide says your CPA design, but we design here. I'm a realist. And I'm a sociologist, and I know people's behaviors. And certain things, certain people, they're going to do what they're going to do. So I don't try to come up with a strategy that I know you're not going to follow. Like, just already know it. But as we mentioned earlier, we're going to discuss, like, hey, if you don't follow it, X, Y, Z. But I'm not going to sit there and, so I can't expect all that. But the goal is to develop a strategy, which might be a combination reducing liability and evening the cash flow effect of the tax liability, and go through it. So that's what tax planning is. Plan. The key word in planning is plan, right? And then finally, the big dog. Some people love this. Taxpayers don't. Tax resolution. We'll do a whole separate situation for tax resolution. We're just talking about it right now. Tax resolution. It's as needed. The goal is to fix a problem and there are issues with the IRS or the state. Your responsibility, and this this is what we need to get the homie on here. Your responsibility is to cooperate and provide all the records. And just like doing your return, tell the absolute truth. If you're talking about a place where taxpayers seem to omit information, is in tax resolution. It has a lot.
That's a bad play, man.
It goes down, man. It just goes down. Like that's what I said. It has its own issue. We do our own show. We'll do a separate show on what happens when you get a tax notice. Oh my. What do I do? But we have some special people that can talk about that. We got some people. I don't even want to do that myself. Let's just get the people. We got a couple of people that can handle that.
I've seen triage. I've been a triager.
Yeah, you've been the triage nurse. They come in, they be like, yo, it's like this, and it's always something. It's always something, but hey, that's it. But
it's all good. It's whatever, man.
Yeah. So, we've just spent with a little format. First time format. We just spent the show, just talking about tax, working with tax professionals. And in conclusion, I'm gonna say, look, what they say, death and taxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And despite all these nice gimmicks and people making this content, it's not going anywhere, clearly, because the government keeps using our money for things that are not the subject matter of the show. But you can't avoid them. And guess what? If you make some money, you're going to pay. So people want to make money. So it's like, you want to pay. You want to make money. You want to get paid, but you don't want to pay no taxes. That's utopia, Stop watching whatever. I'm not even gonna call them out no more. Stop watching them there, and whatever you consume where they tell you that this person or that person is not paying tax commensurate with you, XYZ. It has nothing to do with you, and you're not them. You don't have the resources for that. It's very simple with the IRS and the state. You want them to leave you alone. That's what you want to do. You don't want to overpay, but ultimately you want them to leave you alone. That's the both that you have a happy life if they leave you alone. Very happy. So you render the Caesars what's Caesar's. If you want it like that, you understand. All right, you do that, you keep it moving, you go on. The part that you keep, you be smart on that. We'll get into some other stuff about that, but you keep that. So I'm just trying to make it. Look, It's tax season. I'm just trying to give a little more influx of information on what tax season means and what it can mean for you and what we can do for you. So check us out, man. Go to the website, HEYWARDCPA.com. Schedule a consult with that man there. The Biz Therapy man. I'm just gonna start calling you Biz Therapy. Dr. Biz. Everybody else is a doctor. People just be making themselves doctors. Dr. Biz. BT, DBT. Mr. Biz Therapy.
Dr. K, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, you already Coach K.
Yeah. Well, I didn't give myself that name.
I know.
But it sounds all right. So, for those that use it, it sounds
good. It sounds official.
Cool. Yeah, man, I wouldn't walk around here calling myself that, but
no, of course not. No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. But you have various monikers, and so check him out. Check us out.
But check. Hold on, before we slide up out of here, because we about to leave, right? Yeah,
we about to be out, man.
Listen, we about to plant a nice little seed for y'all real quick. Definitely think about this.
I was like, what was that?
This is a save the date moment here. We don't actually have a date. We got a Q2 date, the Founders Clinic. We're going to be doing a workshop, in-person workshop. So we'll announce the date soon, right? State of the small business, right? We'll have we'll have some founders in the room. We're going to talk about revenue, some revenue conversations other than grants, how to go after revenue, what that looks like. And then there'll be some resources of information, platforms, and other founders and business owners and professionals that you could talk to. So
no. You see, you were being modest. Resources that actually help. You see, you say it brolic in the document. Because
I want people to read it for themselves, right? So resources that actually help. And what does that mean? I'm a show and prove person. Show up and let us show you. No
doubt.
That's just who I am. I don't believe in too much fluff. I like to laugh and have fun, but when it's time to roll up the sleeve, let's get down to it.
Absolutely.
And then next week.
Next show. Well, it's 3 weeks.
Well, no, we got we have our Founders Hour.
Oh, it's on. Oh, this is
Founders Hour. Yeah, this is going to be Founders Hour. Is going to be April 16th at 1 p.m. We'll post the link so you to sign up. And again, this is where you just come and chat. Come and chat with us, business owners, founders, right? There's no homework assignments being assigned on this. It's just real conversation, real challenges, real pain, opportunity to meet other business owners, collaborate, do some strategic partnership conversations, talk about, how did you make your money? How did you increase your revenue here? What resources are you using? What systems are you using? So that's the Founders Hour. So again, April 16th at 1 p.m. Come check us out there.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Right. And then I got one more announcement. One more.
Oh, you got
one more. Which is happening this week. Yeah, one more. We know the most important one.
Well, you got the thing for it.
Let's go for it.
No, there you go.
Conversations with Core. Thursday, April 9th at 12:30 p.m. All right, with my co-host Tafari Solutions. Go check us out. We'll have
I like it.
This is on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Go to Biz Therapy Coaching. I need to put that down here at the bottom because it's actually hiding up top. Biz Therapy Coaching YouTube page. You can catch us there. Cool.
Gotcha. Cool, like the other side of the pillow.
Cool Runnings. What? Remember that movie? Cool Runnings.
Yeah,
Cool Runnings, my friend. Cool Runnings.
Well, all right. So we got everything covered. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll up out of here. So if you're at your Easter egg hunt, good luck. If you're baking a ham or whatever, I don't know what you might be doing. You know, you might be eating tuna fish for Easter. Does it really matter? You know, but anyway, we'll get into that. Put your comments in the chat. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you
Peace.
in 2 weeks. Peace.